Hello and welcome to History of Dragon Ball. Today we are looking at if Ultimate Gohan can turn Super Saiyan. Ultimate Gohan, or as some people call this form, Mystic Gohan, has his hidden power unlocked by the old Kai in the Buu saga of Dragon Ball Z. But a question that always comes with this form is, why does he not turn Super Saiyan in it? Or is it that he can't? Well, let's have a bit more of a look into that. Now, very quickly before we get into it, I'm going to ask you all to do something. Write in the comments below either Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Ultimate Gohan to let me know which is your favourite. I will be very curious to see which version is more popular. But anyway, can Ultimate Gohan turn Super Saiyan? Well, in theory, yes, he can, but he never does. So I guess really the bigger question could be just why doesn't he go Super Saiyan at any time? To get a full understanding to the answer of this question, we need to be clear on the differences in Dragon Ball between a power-up and a transformation. So to make sure we all understand this in the same way, let's properly break this down. The power that comes from the characters in Dragon Ball is referenced in terms of their key power source. This is the power that enhances a fighter's physical abilities like their speed, their attack power, their durability, and their senses like their vision and hearing. This is because the physical body has its limits, and the only way to transcend these limits is through the use of this ki. Ki can be harnessed by mixing the properties of Genki, Vigor, Yuki, Courage, and Shoki, the Might. The combination of those three properties becomes an energy power source, and this is the one that the characters in the Dragon Ball universe use in their techniques, such as when they fly or fire Ki Blast, or even to apply that energy source into their physical body to amplify their strength, durability, speed, and senses, and become basically superhumans. So this means that the general rule of thumb is, the higher the ki of the user, the higher their power level is. So now, what about a power-up? Powering up is a technique in Dragon Ball to amplify one's ki. Powering up is a process where a fighter gathers ki in the body to increase the user's power level so that a greater advantage can be obtained. Now there are different types of power-ups in Dragon Ball, ki increase, ki concentration, and ki charging, and depending on the situation, one of these three types are being used. So while powering up gives the fighter in Dragon Ball an advantage in a fight, the idea of pushing your body to contain a vast amount of power is tiring, and if the user does not possess a strong enough body, that fighter will not be able to push the extent of powering up and will be stuck in a certain power level. So now, what about transformations? Well, transforming is an act of changing one's physical body into another physical form in order to tap a greater amount of power and stores of energy, strength, and/or speed. Dragon Ball Z has tons of transformation techniques, and in general, the characters' potential transformations are usually linked to their genetics, and therefore are unique to a certain race and is more of a bloodline type thing. The most well-known and popular transformation in the entire series is, of course, the Super Saiyan transformation, which is unique and accessible only to those who have Saiyan blood. Unlike powering up, transformation acts like a multiplier of ki, whereas powering up is an increase of ki, or addition in contrast to multiplier. One should know that in contrast to transformation, powering up has no limits. As long as your body can handle the increase of power via ki, one can power up as long as the character wants. The only real limit of powering up is the mind and the body of the user, of which the characters in Dragon Ball continuously train to increase. So, while transforming gives the user a vast edge in power increase, the major drawback of a transformation is that if the body of the user is weak, the transformed user will not be able to maintain the transformation and will revert back immediately to their original form. Hence, a strong level of stamina is needed to maintain the transformation, since the technique gives a great toll of stress and pain to the body as it exerts more power. So now that we have covered that, and hopefully we are all at the same level of understanding, I will now swing back to our question regarding Ultimate Gohan, as after all, this is what this video was supposed to be about. So, if Ultimate Gohan is technically capable of going Super Saiyan, then why does he not transform into a Super Saiyan at all? The answer is because he does not need to transform anymore. This is because Gohan's potential has already been unlocked by the Grand Kai back in the Buu Saga, and he no longer needs to transform just to access that potential power. Gohan can just simply power up, and he can obtain the same level of power the Super Saiyan transformation can provide, which is more practical in a fight since powering up causes basically no strain on the body, unlike transforming, which, as we said before, consumes stamina. This is what Grand Kai meant when he said to Gohan that he no longer needs to transform into a Super Saiyan. So, to hopefully explain it a bit more clearly, think of it like this. Let's go back to the time of, say, the Namek Saga, and we will use power levels here. Goku's official power level at base is, say for example, 3 million at this point. When Goku then goes into Super Saiyan, his power gets multiplied by 50 because of this transformation. Therefore, Goku's power level becomes 150 million. Therefore, Goku's max potential way back in the Namek Saga is 150 million. If Goku's potential was unlocked by Grand Kai in the Namek arc, Goku's power level will be up to 150 million, and Goku can just power up and reach that power level without actually having to transform into a Super Saiyan, thus allowing Goku to be able to beat a final form Frieza without the need to transform into a Super Saiyan. And I hope you are still with me at this point. Now, the thing that happened to Gohan in Dragon Ball Super was that he stopped training and thus his body weakened. The idea is similar to a person who, say, usually goes to the gym, and for example they can easily lift 100 kilograms for multiple reps, and then suddenly they stop going to the gym, and the result is that the body will lose muscle and get weaker. So the next time they go to the gym and attempt to lift that 100 kilos again, they can no longer lift it to that same level, if at all, until they work their body back to that same level they were previously at again. So in the same logic, Gohan's body weakening prohibits him to power up to his maximum potential, of which he possessed in the Buu Saga. Since powering up requires a strong body to push the extent of the power up, having a weak body will not be able to push the body to gather as much ki as needed to increase one's power level. Gohan needs to transform to Super Saiyan again in Dragon Ball Super just to access that level of power again, which tires his weakened body. And when Gohan pushed himself to access his power with a weakened body, his body was torn out. However, with his training with Piccolo prior to the Tournament of Power, Gohan was able to regain back his strong body capable of handling the ultimate form again that he had once used against Super Buu in Dragon Ball Z. And to test that power, he spars against Goku, using his dad as his measuring stick on how powerful his ultimate form is when pushed against the power of a being who can use God Ki. So in short, Gohan did not get any stronger after Dragon Ball Z. Gohan joined in the Tournament of Power using the same level of unlocked power he had once received from the Grand Kai. However, just like Goku who keeps breaking the power ceiling, Gohan can also break his limits and surpass his own potential if he just keeps training more. And to be honest, this is what I am waiting to see in the future of Dragon Ball Super. Albeit as it is more of the Goku and Vegeta show these days, it is hard to tell if that will ever truly happen. But saying that, it can be seen that there is a foreshadowing of Gohan potentially reaching a new level of power that is not in the same pathway that Goku and Vegeta have followed. After all, he has said how he wants to focus on his Earthling side instead of his Saiyan side, which is mentioned in the manga version more specifically during the Tournament of Power, during which Gohan is fighting with Kefla. And also just to note, this is a battle that does not actually happen in the anime, it is a manga only event. But now, when Kefla asks why he does not transform, Gohan confirms that not going Super Saiyan is actually a choice. By avoiding the Super Saiyan form, Gohan is embracing the human side of his heritage. Unlike Goku and Vegeta, Gohan is only a half Saiyan after all. And so, I guess this video got a little bit away from the question at hand a couple of times there, but I feel like having that full understanding of everything that I have gone through really supports the answer to the overall question, which obviously, can Ultimate Gohan go Super Saiyan? The answer is yes. Yes, he can. But going Super Saiyan for Gohan is simply just a waste of time and a waste of stamina for him. There is no point. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you feel like this answer is completely satisfactory for you. But now this leads me to my question I have for you all. Do you think Gohan will ever get his moment to be a hero again? Or will Super simply stay as the Goku and Vegeta show and Gohan remain as nothing more than a slight side character? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. And now that we're at the end, I would ask if you did enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon as well so you can be notified of all future uploads, And please drop a like on the video, as these things massively help us with the YouTube algorithm and really help push those videos out there. So thank you once more if you have managed to reach the end of this video with me today, and I will see you next time on History of Dragon Ball.